Good morning and good Friday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith on this beautiful Friday, the 2nd of May, 2014, with the video forecast discussion. And it's a beautiful, quiet, and calm start to this Friday, the 2nd of May, 2014, after a rough and wild weather week here for the ending of April and the beginning of May, which yesterday turned out to be a gorgeous day, and we just had a slinking of a few showers that moved across the region overnight last night. And as a result, we have drying in the mid and upper layers of the atmosphere working over some of the moisture in the lower layers of the atmosphere. So we have some middle and high level stratocumulus and altocumulus clouds this morning, making the sky conditions mostly cloudy initially this morning at sunrise. But as that drier air begins to work over the atmosphere this morning, sunshine will win out, and it will just expect some scattered clouds by this afternoon. Right now, the winds are pretty light. They're out of either the southwest or the west, basically, or calm at other stations. And temperatures this morning are pretty uniform. They're ranging anywhere from the extreme upper 40s to the low and mid 50s across the region. Morning surface analysis from WeatherRoanoke.com and digital atmosphere software shows the cold front now well off the coast. Any showers that were over the forecast region this morning have now exited off the coast into eastern Long Island and into southeastern New England. We have a weak trough that's moving through the region this morning, and plenty of lower clouds across the region this morning due to the moisture levels and the drying which is building in. And basically a zonal flow here setting up with high pressure beginning to move into the region, and a drying in the atmosphere should provide for a beautiful afternoon with temperatures once again this afternoon getting back into the 60s. On the water vapor and 500 millibar analysis with vorticities here, we see the trough axis is still west towards the Great Lakes, and then this is positive trough axis, by the way, extending all the way down through the Texas Panhandle here. And as a result of this, we have a few short waves embedded in this. Drying is occurring in the mid and upper layers of the atmosphere. Will work over the region this morning, but a few of these impulses circumnavigating that deep storm system now over Hudson's Bay, Canada, will continue to dive down and move around this trough axis to our west as this continues to build across the region. And some of these will produce some scattered clouds and maybe even a few showers that we see this morning across the Great Lakes racing into New York. But most of this energy will remain to the north, and we're expecting a lot more sunshine today and very little chances of precipitation. Morning visible imagery. This is scattering from the satellite passing through and overhead at the time of the observation this morning, but you can see just to the west and to the south we have some mid and upper level stratocumulus clouds and altocumulus clouds that are beginning to thin out in this drying air mass. The water vapor also showing the content of the water vapor drying in the mid and upper layers of the atmosphere. So some of this drying will continue to work down to the surface with the sunshine emerging this morning across the region. Now, we do have some showers here exiting Long Island into southeastern New England, and with that Vort Max that I just showed you on the analysis a few minutes ago or a few seconds ago, we have a smattering of some light rain showers well to our north across the Great Lakes, and that will remain so for today. A bird's eye view of Google Mapping streamline analysis shows the high pressure ridge trying to build in drier air, northwesterly winds downsloping the mountains here. Drying is going to be occurring in this region during today. We still have our trough access here across the Great Lakes down through the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley, and that will be sliding through with weak disturbances pushing through from the Great Lakes into southern New England over the weekend. Most of the precipitation will remain to our north, but there is still about a 30 or 40% chance of a spotty shower or isolated low-top thunderstorm as the air mass aloft begins to continue to cool over this region. Most of the weekend will remain precipitation-free across many locations. Allergy sufferers, Friday through Tuesday, the pollen counts will be in the order of the high range, anywhere from 10 to 11. Basically, the amount of pollen in the air for Saturday and throughout the weekend will be falling, but remain in the very high range. The falling pollen levels and falling temperatures as a result of that, rising relative humidity values and weaker winds. Today's predominant pollens are oak, birch, and maple. Watches, warnings, and advisories. We still do have some flood watches out for parts of Pennsylvania and northern New Jersey. This would be for Middlesex, Somerset, Morris, and Warren counties until around 2 o'clock or so this afternoon. There's some numerous small streams and creeks remain out of their banks in New Jersey counties of Warren, Morris, Somerset, and Middlesex. Minor to moderate flooding expected to continue into early afternoon. Additional flood warnings remain in effect for the Passaic and Raritan River basins. The flood warning means that flooding is occurring. And remember, don't drive your vehicle in areas where water covers the roadway. The water depth may be too great to allow your car to cross to safety. These are some of the gauges here in parts of Morris County into Essex County and other counties here in northern New Jersey where we do have the flood gauges reporting some flooding that is occurring. Right now, on the ocean fronts, we have small craft advisories on the coastal waters of New Jersey and Delaware for westerly winds at 10 to 15 knots this morning, seas around 5 feet, and these will remain in effect until around noontime today. Beautiful looking skies for the aviational weather deck this morning. Dry air will continue to build into the region from the west for today and tonight, and as a result, basically VFR conditions expected. The west wind of around 4 to 8 knots early this morning should settle into the west-southwest for late this morning into the afternoon. Speeds of anywhere from between 8 to 12 knots, gusts up to 20 knots are anticipated. The wind will begin to diminish towards sunset, and the wind will become light and variable overnight tonight. For Saturday, overall beautiful day for flying. VFR conditions, southwesterly winds at 10 to 15 knots, diminishing at night. There could be a few showers that could occur from near Philadelphia Metro on north and west. Again, Sunday, a beautiful day for flying, generally VFR. Some showers and a brief MVFR conditions are anticipated in the afternoon and early evening as a cold front moves through. Westerly winds increasing to 15 knots up to 25 knots and then diminishing some to the northwest at night. Monday again, beautiful overall VFR across. There will be an increase of clouds across the region. There is a low chance for some showers at night, mainly from Philadelphia on southward. Northwesterly winds at 10 to 15 knots, gust up to 20 knots, becoming light in the evening. And again on Tuesday, beautiful weather, VFR. A few showers still possible, mainly from Philadelphia Metro on south. Northwesterly winds at about 5 to 10 knots. This morning outside of Newark, we have 58 degrees. It's overcast with broken ceilings at 11,000. The wind is light at about 5 miles an hour and variable. And once again, we're expecting a beautiful VFR day today for the entire metro area. Philadelphia this morning is at 58 degrees. The wind is basically due west at 6 knots, visibility 10 miles. It's overcast with ceilings at about 14,000 feet. VFR conditions. And there will be absolutely no complaints about the weather this weekend into early next week as things calm down, the rivers begin to recede, and people begin to clean up from some of the flood damage that's occurred with the heavy rain that occurred just 2 days ago. The latest model guidance from the NamWRF Composite Reflectivity Forecast product from Penn State's eWall site, basically showing our smattering of overcast conditions this morning. Breaks of sunshine developing across the entire region, should become mostly sunny later this morning into the afternoon. Just a few scattered clouds around the region, nothing significant here. Again, a shortwave trough approaching from the Great Lakes. These little bits of spokes of energy moving through the region could produce some scattered to broken ceilings across the region. Outside of that, clearing skies late tonight into tomorrow morning. Some high cirrus clouds as well, but nothing really to obscure the sky. And temperatures this afternoon and Saturday afternoon rising into the 60s and slightly cooler along the immediate coast as the winds veer more toward the southwest on Sunday. And temperatures inland get into the upper 60s and low 70s on Sunday afternoon with lots of sunshine, scattered clouds around too. We could find a little bit more cloud cover around during Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon as a short wave races through the region. Maybe some spotty showers moving through the region on Saturday afternoon and evening. That would be with a cold frontal passage and trough access moving through our region. Then skies really clear out very quickly late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. The temperatures respond with a flow that will be more southwesterly as we find more zonal flow setting up, with a warm front developing across our region and little bits of spokes of energy moving through the region. Will not be cloudy everywhere, but there will be an isolated shower across some parts of the region on Sunday afternoon. Now, temperatures away from the coast will be in the upper 60s to lower 70s, and right along the immediate coast where the flow is parallel to the coastline, those westerly or southwesterly winds or southerly winds basically blowing over the water on the barrier islands there will keep temperatures slightly cooler. But inland, absolutely gorgeous on Sunday, but do watch out for a pop shower or low top thunderstorm during Saturday afternoon and especially on Sunday afternoon as well. Latest model guidance from the GFS forecast into motion here and basically high pressure building across again. Some of the spokes of energy moving through as the trough continues to spin around into the northeast, but basically a zonal flow. The trough access to our west on Saturday, energy coming in here across the region will mean that we're going to have the chance for a few widely scattered showers across the region, isolated in nature, but any of them could be a quick downpour for the region as that low continues to spin up into and then off Atlantic Canada. High pressure then noses in through the region on Sunday afternoon and Monday, providing beautiful weather conditions that last into early next week. But we do have to monitor a frontal boundary that crosses Sunday night into Monday, stalls out to our south, and becomes parallel to the flow from west to east here as we're in a zonal flow. Some of the moisture here could be advecting into southern New Jersey or at least the Delmarva region. That would be for later Monday night, early Tuesday morning, and the spokes of energy will then move off the coast. High pressure once again follows for later Tuesday and Wednesday with milder conditions returning to the forecast region. A storm system now pulling into the west coast sets up the pattern for more storminess in the middle part of next week as the warm air begins to lift over the top of the pleasant air that's in place across the region. And by Thursday morning, we find some energy, more increase of cloud cover. Then we get into a very warm sector here early part of late Thursday and Friday. And then the storm system approaches, and then precipitation begins to widely scatter itself about. We could be dealing with a more volatile weather pattern as we head into early next weekend. So do enjoy this Friday and this weekend. Remember that there will be some scattered showers or an isolated thunderstorm around the region at any time, especially during the heating of the afternoon and early evening, both Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But most regions will enjoy generally precipitation free, and that will allow for the cleanup of some of the flooding that's occurring in a lot of people's basements still. And hopefully the weather will help drying out and produce some beautiful conditions for you to get outside and enjoy the weather for a change instead of just monitoring it all the time. I certainly will be doing so as well. And the video forecast discussion for this week concludes, and we'll be back on Monday morning with the latest in video form. Obviously, everything's available for you in our drop-down menus on both sites, Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You have a great Friday and a terrific weekend.